that I had to check with somebody. It can't be true. Yesterday was the 3-month anniversary of Charlie's assassination. And here's why I had to check. It's only been 3 months. It feels like it was a year ago almost, doesn't it? Is it just me?
Yeah.
So much has happened. So much has changed. And I have to tell you, I pray for the TPUSA staff, and I think about them every day because
because
of the
I feel for the children.
Evil that they have been facing. It's just absolute evil. And I want to talk to Ericka. I mean, she addressed that yesterday. We don't need to go into all of that because I really want to focus on Charlie's last message. Welcome, Ericka.
Good morning. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Emotional. Good morning.
It is, 3 months. And you know what you said yesterday, and we don't have to get into this. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it's evil what is happening. My wife and I honestly have thought about my wife so much because God forbid something ever happens to me. I don't know how you handle this, Eric. I don't know how to be dragged into, you were involved in the death and all this crazy.
No, it's sick.
What is sick, Ericka? What is sick? That's what I'd like to know. I always try to find a silver lining in everything. And the one good thing that has come out of the assassination of Charlie Kirk is the fact that everybody is exposing themselves for exactly who they are.
God bless you.
It's sick.
God bless you.
It's sick. It is sick, Ericka.
My family means everything to me.
Your TPUSA
Turning
family.
Point USA has always been in our life and has always been so good
That's who she's referring to.
Charlie, and Charlie was good to his team. Everyone loved Charlie.
Yeah.
I get that. Everyone wants an answer to this evil. And sometimes the answer is very clear.
Yeah.
The truth is very clear.
Oh, boy. It is very clear, Ericka. The truth is very clear. I don't think it could be any clearer. However, you're about to tell a lie on TV. So the truth will be even more clear in a few moments. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke you and all other witches. All the evil in this nation, I rebuke it. You may have legion, but we have authority. And we have discernment, and we see right through you. May God have mercy on you and all the sellouts that stand beside you. Let's listen to her biggest lie. And remember, it's always their pride. It's always their hubris that does them in. Had she just played a grieving widow instead of constantly being on camera the way that she has, like she never was when Charlie was alive. But her pride is so huge that she can't help herself but constantly do interviews. And all the lies are starting to catch up with her.
Are you worried? Well, and one question, and then we'll go into what the real answer is. Are you concerned about his assassin is in court today? Are you concerned about being able to have a jury that's not been tainted?
No, it's a real thing, Glenn, and you get this. A lot of people don't, and I think that we need to do a better job of educating our citizens about our court systems. A lot of people don't know how an actual trial plays out. I am very curious about how the United Healthcare case plays out. We are living in a day and age where social media can absolutely impact. I feel it can. The reason I say that is because I don't want a tainted jury pool. I want justice for my husband. Anytime we have leads, anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. We're not messing around. None of us are involved in my husband's murder. None of us. Turning Point USA, myself, any of these other crazy accusations, none of us. And so I want our team who's on this case to do what we hired them to do and take care of this. And the unfortunate part is that everyone's acting as if the case and the trial is going to be tomorrow. It's not. Glenn, you know this. The case is not going to be, I mean, in full transparency, we're looking at end of 26, beginning of 27 probably. I mean, this is not something that is going to be happening tomorrow.
I'm curious. Did Glenn Beck cry like this after Charlie was assassinated? Or does he only cry like this when people at TPUSA are accused of murder?
Say that again?
Well, I mean, how do you get a jury with that much time and what's happening? And, and quite honestly, I don't need you to comment on this, but I think mental illness is involved in some of this stuff that is online.
Yeah, and Glenn,
honestly, I feel bad.
I am not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time in combating people, going toe to toe, calling people names. That's just not me. That's not how Charlie operated. There's no reason for me to go down a dark place like that. I'm so tired of the fracture. What drives me nuts is that Charlie, he has worked and provided and has blessed us with so much, like literally his book. He has blessed us with so much wisdom, so much
money.
He's just such a good thought leader. He blessed us with laser focus on the mission, on saving this country. But instead, we're so focused on who did what. Like, yes, we will figure all that out. Yes, this is a murder case. He did not die in a car crash. Yes, that will be handled. But my husband's legacy is not about his murder. My husband's legacy is what he left behind. And
it's you know, I just did an hour. I threw out all the stuff that I was going to talk about, all of the problems in the country, all of the debt and the Venezuela and China and all of this stuff. And I went in a different direction just about the meaning of life, because we're losing touch with life has meaning and value. And the same thing I think here, you know, we could talk about a million things, and I know this, he writes about the Sabbath and honoring the Sabbath. And I have to tell you, if I didn't honor the Sabbath, I would have been dead a long time ago. When I was at the apex of work, I used to have two staffs, one in the day and one at night. Charlie was the way. You just, there's not enough hours in the day to do everything. And if I didn't shut down and just concentrate on God and my family for one day, total shutdown, I wouldn't have made it. And that's what Charlie talks about in this book. And I know you've talked to people, you've broadened this so you can get people who are not religious. But can you talk to people who are religious? Because I know a lot of people that are religious that do not honor the Sabbath.
You got to
Why
work off
is it so
that
important?
$150 million bribe.
Yes, and so it's interesting because we live in a day and age where people are trying to separate the Old Testament from the New Testament. You cannot pick and choose portions of the Bible.
Actually, that's a lie. That is a lie. The 10 Commandments carried over, but we are not bound by the old laws of the Old Testament. We are not Jews. We are Christians. She is not a Christian, so she wouldn't know this.
The New Testament is fulfilled, like everything is being fulfilled. You can't separate any of that. The one thing Charlie would say is that it is one of the only commandments where if you don't participate in it, you are the one who is missing out on the blessing, not God.
True.
And for Charlie, just like you,
This
you know
is
how
another
it is.
lie.
Long days, long hours, trying to balance it all. And yes, you can to some extent, but there is going to come a point where you are on the verge of burnout and you have a decision to make. Are you going to blow through your adrenals, spike up all of your cortisol levels forever, and just try to wear it as a badge of honor, like sleep when I'm dead? Or are you going to do what you are doing and what Charlie is doing?
Really inappropriate.
Where
oh my gosh, she has
you
no class.
literally are so intentional about your time, down to the millisecond.
No class.
Because you know that that's all you have. You don't know how long you'll be here, but you know that you have time, and you are in control of your time, and you are in control of how you use your time. And he was very good of knowing, okay, if I can just turn off my devices, turn off the noise, and honor the Lord, I can reset my brain. I can give myself a second to not have to be attached to this and whatever mind virus is on the internet and the politics for that day. Like, give yourself a break. And the thing is that if you think that you can't, and you're a Christian, and you say, oh, well, I have this really important thing going on, you are proving right there that you're also breaking a commandment.
Yeah.
You're involving idols in your...
Isn't she Catholic? She's going to lecture us about idols? Are you kidding me? And honestly, I don't think that she really has a true understanding of what the Sabbath is. I don't think she read Charlie's book.
Life, you're putting other, yes, gods before the one true God. And so obviously there are caveats here, meaning if you see someone drowning, you're not going to just watch them drown.
Right.
You're like, there's caveats of like preserving life. There's common sense. I know common sense is not common, but let's just work with me here.
Wow.
Right.
That's condescending.
So
can I ask you?
It's one of those things where Charlie was very intentional.
I blew out my adrenal glands. And it was it's not a fun thing. And I still was honoring the Sabbath.
No.
But it's just go. And I don't know, but there were times that Tanya, and she was the key for me, we would get sloppy. And I would say, honey, I have got to fly here. I've got to do this. This is, and we get sloppy for a while. And then we would, bring it back, et cetera, et cetera. Did you guys go through a period? I mean, were you just like, did you just nail this? Or do you have periods where you were a little sloppy?
No.
And you're like, okay, I got to correct it.
No, we had, and that's the creative part. Charlie was never legalistic about this. He wasn't. If you can't get a full 24 hours in, work it in through your week, maybe you just sunset your device from 5 p.m. up until the next morning. I mean, back in the day when we didn't even have email, people knew they couldn't reach you. You did have a home line. I think we should bring back house phones, make house phones great again. But I just feel that, there's a way for you to be able to do this and not put pressure on yourself, where you're letting yourself down. That's what I don't want to have happen, is where you let yourself down. So if you say, you know what, I will be doing this on Wednesday, and I'll be doing it for these specific amount of hours, just be easy on yourself. Give yourself some grace. Start off with an hour, start off with 2, and then from there you grow and you become more and more intentional. And then the people around you will honor that, and you're setting your own boundary to where they even get to have a chance to have a Sabbath.
Here's what nobody's telling you about the new bearskin hoodie. This fleece is thick. It's made from 340 GSM.
Yeah. Hang on. I take 1 minute break, and then we'll be back with Ericka Kirk. Her husband's book was just released. It'll be number 1. and it's
And she's gonna make
fabulous. And
so much money.
what
off
a
of it.
way to go out. Your last message is honor the Sabbath, and here's why. We're with Ericka Kirk. It is.
So far, I believe that she's profited at least $150 million from his death. That was the latest tally.
Yesterday was the 3-year anniversary. Or sorry, the 3-month anniversary. It feels like 3 years at times.
It feels like 3 years.
Doesn't it?
It's funny.
I mean, it's got
It's really
even
funny.
more for you. It just feels like it was forever ago. It's crazy. The Charlie's
Doesn't
final
feel that
book is
long to
out. It's
me.
called Stop in the Name of God, Why Honoring the Sabbath Will Transform Your Life. You guys made the decision to honor the Sabbath on Saturday. Why did you do that? Can you tell me? Why did you
Just
find
read
that
on.
important?
Yes. As honestly, it just boiled down to schedule wise for us. Charlie always
my
made sure to build
gosh.
in that day specifically because he wanted to be prepared for the week ahead, and he
Another lie.
loved having
Because the Bible, God commands it. That's why, Ericka. Because oh my good Lord. Lord, help us, man. I pray Ericka Kirk turns from her wickedness, turns away from all of her sin, repents, and turns toward Jesus Christ. Jesus' name I pray, amen. Lord, have mercy on her soul.
Sunday as his planning day. I'm actually sitting in his office. This is his home office, and I have not been in here for a very long time, and I've just been, that's part of the reason why I keep looking down. It's not because I'm not wanting to look at you, it's because like there are so many treasures in here. Like for instance, like this piece of paper, he wrote on everything. He has papers everywhere. This says, it's the priorities. It says family, children, legacy, kids number one, versus careerism, consumerism, and loneliness. It's interesting. I don't know. I could spend hours in this at this desk, but my point is with little things like that is that he would sit here on Sundays writing, using his journal, like going through all these drawers, and he was preparing for the week ahead. He was putting on his armor for battle, metaphorically, and he took that time on Sunday after being with the Lord on Saturday and with the family to really get his mind right. And I was even going through one of my kids' binders, like their baby books, and out came a letter that Charlie wrote to my daughter that she is supposed to open on her 16th birthday. And I'll never forget when he wrote that. He was so excited, and he was like, one day she'll be able to open this. I was like, yeah. But you know what? It's so interesting because I look back now and I'm thinking, in some way, we operate, like the Lord puts it in us to operate the way we operate without even knowing, because he knows what our mission is here. And so the Lord put in Charlie such a haste for time, meaning like, I'm not going to run. I do not want to waste time. Everything was intentional. Everything.
Can I ask you, and please feel free, I don't mean to pry, and so please feel free to just say I'm not going to answer this.
Oh, no.
But I know...
Open book.
I know the tour, that was the first stop of the tour, and I know you two had met with your priest the night before, and do you think Charlie knew to some degree and had made the conscious choice that I may be taken out early, not saying he knew that day, but that he had any inkling that this might come his way and that he intentionally chose to move forward?
Why do you say taken out?
With faith in God.
That's weird.
It's interesting because I have unbelievable amounts of death threats. My kids have kidnapping threats, death threats. Our whole team has death threats. We knew that there was always going to be a threat, but Charlie and I we promised each other we would never live in fear. And he would say, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me. But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone. Didn't say that. And so what I do know is that we believe in the power of prayer. And what I do know is that we believe in our sovereign God. And what I do know is that that night before, we did what we usually did before tours. We said our prayer. And we asked.
Why is she saying what I do know? What I do know. That doesn't make any sense in context. Because she's saying that she knows that he didn't send those texts, but then she follows it up with, but what I do know. Besides, one of his buddies who owns a security business came forward saying that Charlie Kirk told him December of last year that he knew he was marked. And then some asset, whether FBI or CIA, who had moved in next door to this friend, which they do. They occupy houses nearby to people that they want to harass and terrorize. Came over, had dinner with this man, Charlie's friend, who Charlie called for help because Charlie told him that he didn't trust his own security team and he wanted his help because he owned a security agency, right? CIA agent goes to this friend's house and tells him that Charlie's marked. She is lying.
The Lord to protect us. And we asked the Lord that his will be done. That's what we did.
Is it true that nobody knows, except for the family, nobody knows where he's buried because of what you are afraid people will do? My gosh.
Why do I need to have people coming to a private place that's for my in-laws? This is their son. This is the father of my children, my husband, my own parents. Like, I want to be in peace when I go and pray with my daughter and my son at my husband's gravesite. I don't need photos taken of me. I don't need people coming up, tapping me on the shoulder. We have a beautiful place that we'll be making for public, yes. And people can ask, well, why did you put on display XYZ when all this happened? Because you know what? If we didn't show the behind the scenes of everything that happened and all that stuff, they would have still said, why didn't you show behind the scenes? If you do show behind the scenes, they're going to say, oh, this is terrible. You can't win. I'm not here to win. My audience,
Ericka.
My audience is the Lord and Charlie. That's it. That's my audience.
I love you. You have my support. I was there with you at the fundraiser on Saturday, and we just love you and appreciate you.
She ran me off the road into a canal.